The Nigerian businessman, alongside with 25 others arrested near Jubilee House for blocking road to an estate, has officially been arrested and feared deportation. So I'm going to show you guys the more videos that revealed his intentions. So it's been recorded that he has actually been terrorizing Ghana for quite a long time now. He was the same guy MPP government gave the contract to do COVID tests at Kotoka International Airport, and this man made away with billions of dollars without doing his job. Does he think Ghana is Nigeria? Does he think Ghana is a lawless country? Why is he resisting arrest? The truth remains that Nemesis has caught up with him and he's going to be charged. Let's watch these videos.
Right.
The police should take him to the police station. His refused. We're told that anybody who come up, he will fire a weapon. And so we called for reinforcement. We managed to arrest him, and he's been sent to police regional CID for further interrogation. This same individual, we found him owning a number of vehicles using police sirens. You all know that siren vehicles are not allowed for private individuals in this country.
Right.
He owned a number of pickups with floodlights, sirens, and all of that. He's running a team of security individuals. And you also know that you cannot run a security organization in this country if you are not permitted by the Ministry of Interior.
Right.
And then we found in his possession a number of SUVs unregistered, numbering about 20, Escalade vehicles, very expensive, high-class vehicles, and a police motorcade, of which a number plate was not on it. All of these evidences have been given to the police for further interrogation.
So let's start one by one. So first of all, you encountered some men dressed in black holding weapons. Are they state security officials, private individuals?
These guys were not on our interrogation, are not state officials. They are Benedict Peter's personal security guards.
And they are holding weapons?
These were concealed threats. I have not seen a gun, but they told the officers that if they came in, they were going to fire. And that was what caught our attention. And this was just in close proximity with the Jubilee House. And so we went there, and truly the guys were there, numbering about 60 to 70 of them. I mean, the whole place was flooded by his boys, all dressed in coat, black suits, and white inner shirts, with pickups yielding sirens and floodlights. And that is when our worry became very intensified. And truly, we found a number of things, under under park of the building where they park the vehicles, including the motorcade. And I was wondering why a private individual would be this powerful in our country, rubbish our laws, does what they want, render citizens helpless, and actually keep them at rampage. It's unlawful. And so he's been handed over to the police.
What about
the
the men you met holding weapons?
We've ransacked all of them.
So they were also arrested as well?
Yes, we ransacked all of them. Okay. They were arrested.
So apart from the vehicles you found in the premises, you say he was also keeping certain items. Which other items did you uncover?
Apart from the vehicles in the compound, we found a number of SUVs, sophisticated SUVs, without number plates, unregistered vehicles, and then a police motorcade. So all of these will be investigated by the police. Why a motorcade was parked at that residence, at that garage.
And are you able to tell whether a police officer was involved since you came across a police motorcade?
We did not find a police officer or any regular or official officer in this matter. They were all private young men. His own built-up army of young men. He equipped them with vehicles. The vehicles all have floodlights and sirens. And so that was surprising. And I'm wondering if he runs a private security company. Even if you do, would you have the right to deploy such young men to block a road, block an entire building at the expense of other Ghanaians and diplomats who live in that particular building, only because the owners or the managers of the residents have not given you keys. And that is all it is, keys. And so we have asked the police to invite the managers or the owners of the residents for investigation to ascertain why we got to this level of disruption.
All right. So you know how many people have been arrested?
A number of them, about 20 of them or 25 of them. Benedict Peters himself and another white man who we found in his room, his apartment. When we got there, we were able to get into the apartment. Okay. All of them have been taken to the regional police.
This Ben Peters, do you know his occupation, what exactly he's doing in Ghana?
Allegedly, this is the man that President Akufo-Addo used to run the COVID deal. You remember the man who ran the office, the COVID infrastructure that everybody was paying to him.
Are you making reference to Frontiers?
That is Benedict Peters, yes, that is Benedict Peters. So a number of these cases are already pending, only for him to, out of impunity, get to this level. And I think that we shouldn't run a country where foreigners take all of us for granted. And you can hold a whole infrastructure of residents to ransom only because you label yourself a big man. This is not Akufo-Addo's regime. This is a new regime where the law will work. Number one, as a private individual, you do not have the right to run an organized police or an organized security group without approval from state security. Also because you are a foreigner. Number two, you do not have the right to run vehicles with sirens and police flashlights on them. Number three, you don't have the right to roadblock, deny access to an apartment when you know that it's a commercial place and it is not the case that you are the only individual living there, but many other people, including diplomats. In fact, the husband of the Spanish ambassador was almost crying. All of them cannot go into their house, and that happened close to 3 hours. You know.
But Mustafa, this clearly falls in the region of a civil matter between occupants of an estate and somebody who claims to also own part of the estate. And I'm wondering why a whole national security will get involved, and then with people like yourself, leaving the Jubilee House to get involved. The police could have easily handled this matter.
National security came subsequently. I was there myself. National security came subsequently. Initially, a team of police officers were deployed to the place. When they met the huge number of his bodyguards or his security team, they called for reinforcement. Reinforcement came from Greater Accra. And then Benedict Peters was hiding in one of the apartments. He would never come out. So they had to search for him. And so reinforcement came. By the time National Security got there, he was arrested and taken away. So National Security would then come and, impound all the vehicles we've seen there and do some investigation also to ascertain whether or not their documents to tax have been paid and all of that.
So before I share more videos, let's quickly take a few comments. Someone said he was the same man MPP government gave the contract to do COVID tests at Kotoka Airport during COVID period. If not Ghana, why would you allow foreigner to threaten national security? Can he even do that in his country? Shameless leaders in Ghana. Can a Ghanaian man do this in Nigeria? These things are normal in Nigeria. One man can actually, come out and lock up the gate entrance and lock it anytime they like. This is a serious issue. He thought the way they used to do this in Nigeria is the way he would come to Ghana and do such in Ghana. Was he daydreaming that he was in Nigeria? Deport him. They always think that they're in their country. Hey, Nigeria. It is actually a very serious issue. Even though some people thought it's funny, it is not funny. The truth still remains that Nemesis has caught up with him and he is definitely going to pay for it. Ghana, as I always say, is not a lawless country. You wouldn't leave your country, Nigeria, to come and oppress people, no matter whatever the issues is. Blocking the estate gate can never be the solution. There are some security personnel you can take your personal issues to. This news went on, right? You can head over to Joyce News and, of course, a lot of bloggers and news channels for Ghana news channels and all that to hear everything and of course his punishment and penalty for doing what he did. The truth remains that Ghana is not a lawless country, and this is going to serve as an eye-opener to a lot of Nigerians that always think that they can come to Ghana, do whatever thing they want to do and go scot-free. I know it's actually been confirmed that he might most likely fear deportation because the level of the crime he committed in Ghana, no matter who he is, will never go unnoticed, or should I say unpunished. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Remember, if you want to hear everything, the full news and out that, head over to Joyce News is there, right? So that you guys will hear how the whole thing started and of course how the whole thing ended. I could only share the part I am allowed to share on YouTube, right? Thank you guys once again for watching. Make sure you subscribe so that I can get updated on the news of this Ben Peters and of course the 25 other armed Nigerians men that has been caught terrorizing Ghana, basically. I will see you guys soon in my next video. Bye.